How did you use media technologies in the construction, research, planning and evaluation stages? There are many media technologies available to me during my Media A2. During this project I tried to utilise as many as possible. The first technology I used was Microsoft Word. I used this to write up any official documents, for example, the access permission letter. The next piece of technology that I used was Photoshop. I used this to create my final poster and magazine cover. It was easy to use and gave me everything I needed. The next point to discuss is Premiere Pro. This is what allowed me to create my final trailer. Difficult to use, but easy once you got the hang of it. There were a range of techniques I used to give my trailer a professional finish. Slightly less complicated than Premiere Pro was Windows Movie Maker. It was not sophisticated enough for the final piece, but was adequate for simple tasks such as the auditions. Another easy program to use is PowerPoint. I used it as you can clearly display work to an audience. For example, it was good for displaying my preliminary work, as it was heavy on the writing side. I also used a program called Tiki-Toki. I used this to display work for my preliminary task, as it was good for a timeline that showed the audience how things develop over time, which led me into my main work. I also used Scribd to transfer my PowerPoint and Word documents to the internet in order to display them to the audience. A good example of this is my access permission letter. Next is Prezi. This is a professional version of PowerPoint, which meant it was perfect for our pitch. We could still display information clearly, but in a way that was more aesthetically pleasing. A highly underestimated tool that I used was Google. As a search engine, it provided me with any help I needed when I got stuck using the more difficult programs like Premiere Pro. All you have to do is type in the question and it will give you lots of options and answers to help you on your way. The next thing that I used is YouTube. It could show my videos like the auditions and trailer, and it was an easy way to display my work to my audience. Dafont was used for finding alternative fonts. This meant that I had the opportunity to make my work more unique and stand out from other students' coursework. I also used YolaSite to display my work. It allowed me to collect all my work in one place in an organised fashion. The final piece of technology I used was Screencast-O-Matic. This made it easier for me to explain my evaluation, but then I mustn't forget any hardware that I used, such as the laptop and the Mac, which allowed me to run the programs and use the websites I needed to document and present my work, whilst a camera and video camera were used to gather the footage I need in order to make the whole project possible. Overall, I find that with all the media technologies available to me, I was never at a disadvantage. There were always some form of website or program that would allow me to carry out my work.